Happy Tuesday. I think the Super Bowl crowds have pretty much gone home now, but over the weekend our staff were busy, involved in both preventing commercial sexual exploitation of children, working with law enforcement to identify victims. But on a much more positive note, last Thursday we participated in the great gospel event that went on, hosted by Radio 1 Communications and NFL, and was shown on BET TV. We were out there along with the Winans and Lecrae and many other celebrities, raising the awareness of our need for many more foster parents. So I think this Super Bowl event not only brought some acclaim to the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia, but also gave us a greater opportunity to do our work well. So I want to thank all of you who participated in those events and worked so hard over the weekend. Speaking of Super Bowls, we're about to start a little bit of a playoff ourselves. We, as you know, have had the State of Hope program this past year, and on February 5th we are kicking off another round of applications. We want to invite folks from all over the state, whether you're a youth in foster care, a church group, a nonprofit, an individual with a great idea, to look at our State of Hope site and see how you might participate by applying to be a State of Hope partner. I think everybody will be a winner in this, and that so many of our applicants will become part of our State of Hope ecosystem. But when we get down to the playoffs, so to speak, the Super Bowl, several of our applicants will, of course, qualify for seed money to help us do really good work in communities, to keep children safe, to keep them educated, to help with making sure that we are reducing trauma, and really to help us keep children from coming into foster care whenever we can. A couple of other things that are going on I want to mention to you. First of all, in OFI, if you are an OFI worker, if you're interested in doing overtime, we're going to be allowing up to 8 hours of overtime for, you need to talk between now and the 28th. We've got to get our timeliness and our accuracy up. And so please talk to your supervisor about whether that's a possibility for you. We know that maybe it's a great opportunity to work a little extra and make a little extra money. This is voluntary. But more than that, we know that overtime is only a band-aid solution to the bigger issue, which is hiring. So a couple of things that are going on with that. Number one, on the OFI side, we are already have in place a system of really looking at our vacancies, sort of monitoring those on a very careful basis, and trying to get those positions filled as quickly as possible. I've been working with the OFI leadership, and I know they are on top of that. On the child welfare side too, we have a number of vacancies we need to fill, as y'all know, and beginning this coming week, I think the 13th, we'll be having calls every week to look at the vacancies we have, to make sure we're pushing along to get those filled. So if you're a county director and you have a vacancy that you need to fill, or if you're at the state office and you've got a vacancy you need to fill, please make sure you talk with your leadership at the county level. Make sure you talk with the regional folks and the district directors, so that we can get on our spreadsheet all of those positions we have got to fill, so that we at the state office can do our job of staying on top of those issues and making sure that we bring you some help. We know that we are behind in hiring. We are not happy about it, frankly, but we are doing the best we can to catch up. And we know that we, as your agency leadership, have a lot to do on that, and we owe you that responsibility. We're going to be held accountable to you to get those positions filled so that you can do your work better on the front lines. The other thing I want to mention, of course, it's February is Black History Month, and so I wanted to recommend a couple of books to you. Both of these books have their sort of their roots in the area that I come from, Central Georgia, and both are involve Sparta, Georgia, Hancock County. One is called Woman of Color, Daughter of Privilege. It's about Amanda America Dixon, who was at one point one of the richest women of color in the country, actually, back right after the Civil War. The other is also set in Sparta, and it's under a fictional name. And I believe it's set sort of in the 20s, but it's a book out of the Harlem Renaissance movement. And it's called Cain by Jean Toomer. And it sort of tells some of the issues that African Americans were facing in rural America, but certainly in Georgia, so I think around the time of the Great Migration. I haven't read that book in a long time, but I do remember it being wonderful. So I would recommend those to you. Learn a little bit of history, no matter what your ethnic background, no matter what your personal history is. It is always great to learn more about other people as well as about ourselves, so that we can all treat each other with the dignity and decency, and treat each other as the people of worth that we all want to be treated as. So thank you all very much. Keep doing good work, and keep all of us at the state office accountable. Keep those cards and letters coming, as they say. If you have any concerns, please email me, talkwithtom@dhs.ga.gov. I appreciate all of y'all who in the last few weeks have sent in suggestions, commentary, and concerns, because I do listen to those, and I do want you to know that making sure you on the front line can do your job and serve the people of Georgia well is my #1 job. Thank y'all.